Welcome to a new Daily Top Ask Reddit video. Today's topic. If you got to pick one video game that you would live in for the rest of your life, what game would you pick and why? Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Volleyball. Are there any dudes on that island except Zach? Nope. And he's not even on the island in the third one. It's just you. Stardew Valley. Just gimme my chill farm and super friendly townsfolk, I'm happy. Hi Shane, good morning. Why the fuck are you talking to me? Who are you? Edit, goddamn y'all really hate my boy Shane. Just give him a pizza and leave him be. Alright, who TF wished for Plague Inc? Wii Sports. Because I don't want to die some gruesome death, I just wanna live popping off dingers and bowling turkeys the rest of my sweet looky avatar life. In that case I'm going to Wii Sports Resort baby. Hang gliding and all that shit. When I was a kid I always wanted to live in one of the little houses near the windmills. Animal Crossing because it's fun and nice and peaceful. Not to mention interest-free loans with no deadline to pay it back by. And you got your own little video games to play, so it's that much better. The Sims. Basically life, but I'll motherload my way to the top. But every time you cook you face a grave danger. Well, unless you're doing it for the 1000th time and have the best possible mood. That's okay, I'll just order pizza and garden until I read my way to level 10. Growing up I always wanted to live in the Pokemon world. Pokemon Gold and Silver would give me the greatest options for travel, plus the evil team isn't trying to destroy the world or anything, which is a plus. Nice. Which Pokemon would you have to be the one that was kept outside their Pokeball? Snorlax dude, obviously, on my shoulder. Archaea. He is a giant fire-breathing dog, what more could you ask for? I would pick Ampharos. It's cute, strong and can function as a flashlight in a pinch. Pokemon, just traveling about catching Pokemon is a dream. I hope you don't live within the closest 1000 kilometers to a Magcargo. Hopefully they didn't throw any old toys out either. Beat wouldn't be very happy about that. Assuming Godorf is taken care of, I could live in Kokiri Forest. Edit, I am also fine with Kakariko Village, or maybe a nice little cabin on Lake Hylia. In my mind I was thinking of Ocarina of Time, but any of the other iterations is fine as well. Same but with Hatio Village, seems like a cozy ass place to settle down. Tari Town FTW. RuneScape. Lots to do, and I saw a post that estimated the map to be a bit bigger than the size of Singapore, so plenty of time to wander around killing cows and mining shit. You can do those things in Singapore too. I'm from Singapore and I mine cows and kill shit. Definitely RuneScape. Such a diverse and quirky little world. There's a land for everyone, a true adventurer's world. You could simply retire and settle down somewhere special to you. Maybe it was close to home, you put up a farm in Lumbridge and get to see off the new waves of adventurers. Perhaps help a few who stumble across your farm, or maybe you keep to yourself. Maybe you found a nice foreign land. You like the serenity of the mountains, the elevations, trees, springs, waterfalls and cool seasons. There's a ton of mountain ranges to call home. Perhaps, the sun's eternal burn on the desert sands calls to you. Or, the darkness and mysterious happenings of the swamplands. Or maybe you're a man of the ocean, plenty of ports and water, there's plenty of options for you. Maybe you befriended another species. There's plenty in G-lore. Elves, ogres, dwarfs, even some of the human lots tend to get a bit foreign. Or maybe you specialize in something, and become a ranking guild member or even a headmaster or an independent patron of the arts. Maybe you like farming, fishing, crafting, magic. There's guilds galore and there's no reason there cannot be more than one. Or perhaps you otherwise get involved with an organization or kingdom. Maybe you never made it very far from Miss Thali on your own, but you were a loyal white knight of Falada. And through the agency of the kingdom of Asgarae, you traveled far and wide, and made many close friends along the way. Maybe you become a merchant king, amassing wealth that transcends the kingdoms themselves. Maybe you could start financing nations and start a banking empire. Even possible that you go far, very far. You have battled with deities and have left no story unturned in the land. You have been not only far and wide, but you have witnessed the passing of ages. You are a master of all the dimensions of the world, and as such transcend the roots of your origins and take your place as a servant of the gods themselves, or perhaps even further. Rise to status of godhood yourself. Alas, Guthix was slain. Who will take his place as the god of balance? Who will remedy the chaos of Zamorak and the order of Saradomi? But even should one not be able to rise to the level of these gods, they grow old and there will always be another generation, such is the nature of things. Time goes forward like this, what happens next but the result of the work done by those who play. As a strong player, you have the ability to influence the path of the world itself. And, what is a god but one who creates the world? Perhaps you gain such glory, that it is favored by of the elder gods, those who transcend the boundaries of space and time, transcend the game itself. The creators of the creators whose powers are truly infinite. In any case, no matter what path you chose, all things are possible. Maybe you end up just kicking it with your boys, just chilly, fishing and shooting the shit till the end of days. That's as good an ending as any, wouldn't you say? /u/jjexswe, can we get this guy to write the app description and social media ads, please? Before you guys decide, keep in mind that you're not necessarily the protagonist. Imagine you're an NPC. Skyrim would be a fucking nightmare if you're not the Dragaba or a Jarl. Even an NPC could always elect to become an adventurer. So they would end up just like the Dragaba without shouts. The game is definitely playable without using shouts at all, so you could probably do pretty well if you knew what you were doing. You might even be able to learn how to shout if you put your mind to it. Ulfric wasn't Dragaba and he could shout. Just couldn't absorb dragon souls to learn them instantly. But then you would live in a freezing, war-torn nation dealing with dragon attacks. Plus you don't get to pause and bring up the menu, so I wonder how much you could actually carry. Also you'll inevitably take an arrow to the knee. Mass Effect 100%. Space exploration, high technology, biotics, Asarai, what's not to love? Obviously I'd want to live either a lifetime before or some time after the whole Reaper thing. Edit, lots of people saying that living before the Reapers would be good, or if I was in the Me universe but before the Reapers, I'd still end up in that war since it's a fairly short time frame. That's why I also said or some time after. Keep in mind that humanity survives in the Milky Way, and recovery progress was already being made. Not everyone jumped ship, as it were, to Andromeda. Also, since this is a hypothetical, I believe I reserve the right to end up in the circumstances of my choice for this universe transfer. P. Came here to say this exactly. F the Reapers. Easy, me aircraft, I can build shit and with friends. Who needs friends when you can breed an unstoppable army of 800 dogs? Who needs dogs when you can literally trap / torture 4 poor villagers to create an infinite supply of iron golems? Or do what my group did and wash them into a lava block to create an iron ingot factory that's entirely automated. Leisure Suit Larry. Plot twist, you're one of the characters that Larry is pursuing and he won't stop until he gets what he's after. My man. _KSP_. Cabal Space Program. With a budget like that, exploring the solar system is going to be a piece of cake. Losing a few astronauts also isn't that much of a problem anymore. If I die, it will at least be awesome. A dating sim. You are now in the Doki Doki Literature Club universe. JUSTMONIKA. F. Red Dead Redemption *2. I want to be a cowboy on the open range. Can't believe I had to scroll so far to find this. It's the perfect game for this question. You have the ability to lead a simple, peaceful life, riding around with your Bosch, enjoying the gorgeous scenery. But you also have the ability to lead an insane life of action and crime, robbing trains, killing O'Driscolls, etc. Definitely a world I'd want to live in. Maybe minus the Murfrees. And die by tuberculosis at the age of 24. I'd have said Red Dead 2, but my black ass would probably not have a good time during that time period. You could become the sheriff of a racist town and win them over through a series of comedic hijinks that make them realize that racism is stupid. Since it is the rest of your life, Skyrim would be nice if you were the Dragaba and knew the shit you shouldn't do. Edit, Spelly. Absolutely destroy and dominate ancient dragons in single combat. Get wrecked by one saber cat. I would say Witcher 3, but be afraid of being a side character that fucking dies all the time. I was gonna say Witcher 3, ESP. Taucite, but only if I can be a sorceress, witcher or higher vampire or something. Not one of those piss-poor villagers that dies by a drowner attack. Taucite just seems like a lovely place to live even with all the things that want to kill you. I'd also love to meet Regis. Splatoon, because it's just our world but we can shape-shift and everyone is really competitive about paintball. And talk to fish. I'm not sure I'd want to live in a world where water at best incapacitates you for you /5 seconds on contact and at worst kills you, yet there's still waterways and swimming pools everywhere. They are aquatic creatures in the first place, the issue is that the water dilutes your paint so you can't play anymore.